Okay, I'm Subba. See, today we are going to speak about planning. Myself, I'm P.Subba, Department of Computer Science, Chalpati Institute of Engineering and Technology, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Today I'm going to speak about planning. Throughout the software life cycle, there are many decision situations involving limited resources. That is the key. We have to work within the resources we have, and at the same time we have to convince the customer. So estimation is the key, or planning is the key, and it should be done throughout the life cycle. At regular periods of time, it should be done. If you do it at one time at the beginning of the software project and leave it, the software project is doomed to fail. Okay? Where, for example, feasibility phase, how much should we invest in analysis? Ideally, if we can have infinite time for analysis, we can do a good job. But our time is finite, and within that time, we have to do the analysis. Plans and requirements phase. To what extent, how rigorously should we specify requirements? There is always a trade off, and it is the manager who has to decide how to specify requirements. Similarly, in the design phase, should we use existing software which does not completely meet the requirements? Basically, is it economical to use existing software and tailor it to our needs? Test phase. How much testing is enough? How much testing is enough? The basic thing is time, money, and resources are finite. So we have to make some trade offs during planning at every phase of the life cycle and decide how much we are going to do. So that is a key decision we have to take, and once we take that, we are successful. See, risk is inevitable, and there is a lot of uncertainty. We do not know many things as we go through the software project. Can we say, for example, can we say that we are doing thorough testing? That is a $1 million question. Ideally, we can do some testing but not thorough testing. Of course, for real-time systems, we need to do as thorough as possible, but even there is a trade-off. Otherwise, why will rockets fail? Sometimes they should not fail, but still some are failing. It is because of these trade-offs. In software engineering, we must make decisions under conditions of uncertainty. Can reduce uncertainty and therefore make better decisions by buying information. Sometimes we can develop a prototype and see which part of the prototype we can use it for the final system. We have to re-engineer. How much information buying is enough? That's what I was telling. Which part of the prototype should we use? Software project management processes begin with project planning. First step is project planning. Objective of software project planning is to provide a framework for manager to make reasonable estimates of resources, costs and time and schedules or time. So we have to make estimates so that we do not fall much behind. Project estimation. First step in project planning. Estimate resources, cost and schedule for software development project. Requires experience and access to historical information. Estimation is a risky business because we are dealing with uncertainty to a certain extent. Why does uncertainty exist? Because of project complexity, because of project size, because of degree of structural uncertainty, degree to which requirements are solidified, availability of historical information. Typically, if you have historical information, we can make some judgments, but that is rarely available. What is the risk? Measured by degree of uncertainty in quantitative estimates. Measured by degree of uncertainty in quantitative estimates. There are 4 activities associated with project planning. There are software scope, resources, project estimation, decomposition. What part of the software shall we build? That is of disturbance. What part of the software shall we build? That is project scope. Project scope should be unambiguous and understandable at management and technical levels. Project scope should be unambiguous and understandable at management and technical levels. Project scope describes 5 things. What are they? Function, performance, constraints, interfaces, reliability. What is the function we are going to describe? How reliable should our system be? For example, if it's an ATM machine, you have to wait for 10 minutes. Forget about 10 minutes, even 2 minutes before the next button comes. Next action comes. Is it acceptable? No. But in a student information system, even if you have to wait for a minute, it's not that serious. Constraints. What are the constraints we are going to impose on the project? And interfaces. Interfaces are those, how does the software interface with other systems? There may be other softwares, there may be hardware, many other things. Reliability. How reliable should our system be? Do you want a low reliable system or a high reliable system? Suppose if an ATM system is low reliable, do you think it will function? No. So a lot of time should be spent on testing the ATM machine before it is put in the field. Resources. Must estimate resources required to accomplish the development effort. What resources do we need? Hardware, software, human resource, whatever. We have to first clearly specify, then only we can do it. If you are not clear with our resources, or if the resources are not available, then the project is going to be affected. So, from time to time, we have to make sure that we calculate what resources we need and what type of resources we need, especially the human resource. Hardware and software tools. Foundation of resources pyramid provides infrastructure to support development. Software engineering environment must prescribe the time frame required for hardware and software. Verify that these resources will be available. Each resource specified with 4 characteristics. What are they? Description of resource, statement of availability, chronological times resource will be needed, duration of time resource used. So these 4 are important. Say we want a Python programmer, that will be the description. Whether the programmer is available or not, that will be the statement of availability. When the programmer is exactly needed and for how much time. Project estimation. I stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.